Every second, your body is carrying out millions of processes that keep you alive, without you ever having to think about them. Your heart never takes a break. Your brain is constantly sending electrical signals. Your lungs are bringing in oxygen with every breath, while your immune system is quietly defending you against viruses and bacteria you never even notice. The human body is one of the most complex and fascinating systems ever known, yet most of us only understand a small part of how it actually works. In this video, we're counting down 100 incredible medical facts that reveal the amazing science behind your body. Some will surprise you, some will change the way you think about your health, and a few might even help you recognize signs that shouldn't be ignored. So sit back, and let's dive into 100 medical facts everyone should know. The human skeleton. As an adult, your body is made up of 206 bones, forming a strong framework that supports your muscles, protects your organs, and allows you to move. But you weren't born with 206 bones. At birth, babies have around 270 bones because many of them are still separate pieces of cartilage and bone. As children grow, these bones gradually fuse together, creating the stronger skeleton we have as adults. Despite being incredibly strong, your bones are living tissue that constantly repair and rebuild themselves throughout your life. Babies have more bones than adults. It might sound backwards, but babies actually have more bones than adults. Many of their bones haven't fully fused yet, making their skeleton much more flexible. This flexibility is especially important during birth, allowing a baby's skull to slightly change shape as it passes through the birth canal. Over the years, these separate bones gradually join together, giving adults a skeleton that's stronger, more stable, and better suited for supporting the body's increasing weight and physical activity. Your skin is your largest organ. Your skin is much more than just a covering. It's actually the largest organ in the human body. In the average adult, it covers nearly 2 square meters and weighs around 3 to 4 kilograms. Every day, it acts as your body's first line of defense, protecting you from bacteria, harmful chemicals, and ultraviolet radiation from the sun. It also helps regulate body temperature through sweating, prevents excessive water loss, and contains millions of nerve endings that allow you to feel touch, pressure, heat, cold, and pain. The liver is your hardest working organ. The liver is the largest internal organ, and it's one of the busiest. Scientists estimate it performs more than 500 different functions every single day. It filters toxins from your blood, stores vitamins and minerals, helps regulate blood sugar, produces proteins needed for blood clotting, and creates bile to digest fats. What's even more remarkable is that the liver has an incredible ability to regenerate. Even if a large portion is removed or damaged, it can often grow back to nearly its original size. Your heart never stops working. Your heart is one of the hardest working muscles in your body. It beats around 100,000 times every single day, pumping approximately 7,500 liters of blood through an enormous network of blood vessels. During an average lifetime, your heart will beat more than 3 billion times without ever taking a break. Although it's only about the size of your fist, this remarkable organ supplies oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body, keeping every organ functioning properly from the moment you're born until your very last heartbeat. You carry about 5 liters of blood. The average adult has around 5 liters of blood circulating through their body at all times. This blood is constantly moving, completing a full trip around your body roughly once every minute. Red blood cells carry oxygen from your lungs, while white blood cells defend you against infections. Platelets help stop bleeding by forming clots, and plasma transports nutrients, hormones, and waste products. Without this continuous circulation, your organs would quickly lose the oxygen and nutrients they need to survive. Your brain contains around 86 billion neurons. The human brain is often called the most complex object in the known universe, and for good reason. It contains approximately 86 billion neurons, each capable of forming thousands of connections with other neurons. Together, these cells create an incredibly complex communication network that allows you to think, learn, remember, speak, and control every movement your body makes. Even though the brain accounts for only about 2% of your body weight, it uses roughly 20% of your body's oxygen and energy every day. Your lungs contain hundreds of millions of alveoli. Inside your lungs are hundreds of millions of tiny air sacs called alveoli. These microscopic structures are where one of the body's most important jobs takes place: exchanging oxygen and carbon dioxide. Their extremely thin walls allow oxygen to pass into your bloodstream while carbon dioxide moves out to be exhaled. If all the alveoli in your lungs were spread out flat, they would cover a surface area of around 70 square meters, roughly the size of a tennis court, making gas exchange incredibly efficient. Your small intestine is surprisingly long. Despite its name, the small intestine is actually the longest part of your digestive system, measuring around 6 meters or 20 feet in length. This impressive length gives your body plenty of space to absorb nutrients from the food you eat. Its inner lining is covered with millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi, along with even smaller structures known as microvilli. Together, they dramatically increase the surface area available for absorbing vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates into your bloodstream. Your large intestine does more than produce waste. The large intestine, measuring about 1.5 meters or 5 feet, has a very different role from the small intestine. Instead of absorbing nutrients, it mainly removes water and electrolytes from the remaining food, turning liquid waste into solid stool. It's also home to trillions of beneficial bacteria that make up your gut microbiome. These microbes help produce certain vitamins, aid digestion, support your immune system, and may even influence your mood and overall health. Scientists continue to discover just how important this hidden ecosystem is to the human body. The heart has 4 chambers. Your heart may only be about the size of your fist, but inside it are 4 separate chambers that work together with incredible precision. The 2 upper chambers, called the atria, receive blood returning to the heart, while the 2 lower chambers, known as the ventricles, pump blood back out to the lungs and the rest of the body. A system of one-way valves ensures blood always flows in the correct direction, preventing it from moving backward. Every heartbeat is a carefully coordinated cycle that keeps oxygen and nutrients circulating to trillions of cells, allowing every organ in your body to function properly. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Arteries are the body's high-pressure highways, carrying blood away from the heart to every organ and tissue. Most arteries transport oxygen-rich blood, supplying cells with the oxygen and nutrients they need to survive. The largest artery, called the aorta, carries blood directly from the heart before branching into smaller and smaller vessels throughout the body. Because arteries experience the highest blood pressure in the circulatory system, their walls are thick, strong, and elastic, allowing them to withstand the force of every heartbeat while helping maintain steady blood flow. Veins return blood to the heart. After delivering oxygen and nutrients to your body's tissues, blood begins its journey back through the veins. Unlike arteries, veins carry blood toward the heart, usually transporting oxygen-poor blood back to the lungs so it can be reoxygenated. Since blood pressure inside veins is much lower, many veins contain tiny one-way valves that prevent blood from flowing backward, especially in your legs where gravity works against circulation. Every time you walk or move your muscles, they gently squeeze the veins, helping push blood back toward your heart. Red blood cells carry oxygen. Every drop of your blood contains millions of red blood cells, whose main job is transporting oxygen throughout your body. They do this using a special protein called hemoglobin, which contains iron and gives blood its familiar red color. As blood passes through your lungs, hemoglobin binds to oxygen molecules and carries them to every organ and tissue. Once oxygen is delivered, red blood cells collect carbon dioxide, a waste product made by your cells, and transport it back to the lungs where it can be breathed out. Each red blood cell survives for about 120 days before being replaced by new ones produced in your bone marrow. White blood cells defend your body. While red blood cells deliver oxygen, white blood cells act as your body's defense force. They constantly patrol your bloodstream and tissues, searching for viruses, bacteria, parasites, and other harmful invaders. Different types of white blood cells have specialized roles. Some destroy infected cells directly, while others produce antibodies or coordinate the body's immune response. When you develop an infection, your body often produces more white blood cells to help fight it. This is why doctors sometimes measure your white blood cell count, as it can provide important clues about your immune system and overall health. Platelets help stop bleeding. Whenever you cut yourself, your body reacts almost instantly thanks to tiny blood components called platelets. These small cell fragments rush to the site of the injury within seconds, sticking together to form a temporary plug that slows or stops the bleeding. At the same time, they release chemicals that trigger a series of clotting reactions, creating strong protein fibers that stabilize the clot while the damaged blood vessel begins to heal. Without enough platelets, even small cuts could continue bleeding for much longer, making them essential for survival. Your blood type is written on your red blood cells. Not everyone's blood is the same. Your blood type is determined by specific proteins, called antigens, found on the surface of your red blood cells. The most well-known system is the ABO blood group, which classifies people as type A, B, AB, or O. Another important factor is the Rh factor, which determines whether your blood is positive or negative. Knowing your blood type is especially important during blood transfusions because receiving incompatible blood can trigger a dangerous immune reaction. That's why hospitals always carefully match donated blood before giving it to a patient. High blood pressure can be silent. One of the most dangerous medical conditions is high blood pressure, also known as hypertension, because it often causes no noticeable symptoms. Many people feel perfectly healthy while their blood pressure remains elevated for years. During that time, the extra pressure can slowly damage blood vessels, forcing the heart to work harder and increasing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, kidney disease, and vision problems. That's why hypertension is often called the silent killer. The only reliable way to know if you have high blood pressure is to have it measured regularly during routine health checkups. Cholesterol isn't always bad. Many people think cholesterol is something the body should get rid of, but the truth is that cholesterol is essential for life. Every cell in your body uses cholesterol to build and maintain its cell membrane, giving cells both strength and flexibility. Your body also uses cholesterol to produce important hormones, including estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol, as well as vitamin D and bile acids that help digest fats. Problems arise when certain types of cholesterol, particularly LDL cholesterol, build up inside arteries over many years, increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease. Exercise protects your heart. One of the best things you can do for your cardiovascular system is to stay physically active. Regular exercise strengthens the heart muscle, allowing it to pump blood more efficiently with less effort. It also helps lower blood pressure, improves cholesterol levels by increasing good HDL cholesterol, supports healthy blood sugar control, and helps maintain a healthy body weight. Even moderate activities like brisk walking, cycling, or swimming for about 150 minutes each week can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. The heart is a muscle, and like any muscle in the body, it becomes stronger and more efficient when it's used regularly. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's oxygen. Although the brain makes up only about 2% of your body weight, it consumes roughly 20% of the oxygen and energy your body uses every day. That's because billions of brain cells are constantly active, even while you're asleep, sending signals that control everything from your heartbeat and breathing to your thoughts and emotions. Unlike many other organs, the brain can't store much oxygen or energy, so it depends on a continuous supply of oxygen-rich blood. Even a brief interruption in that blood flow can begin damaging brain cells within minutes. The spinal cord is your body's information highway. The spinal cord is a long bundle of nerve tissue that serves as the main communication link between your brain and the rest of your body. Protected by the bones of your spine, it carries millions of nerve signals every second. Every movement you make, every sensation you feel, and many of your body's automatic functions rely on these signals traveling back and forth. Whether you're picking up a cup, feeling the warmth of the sun, or moving your legs to walk, those messages pass through your spinal cord in fractions of a second. Some reflexes happen before you even think. Not every action your body performs requires your brain to make a conscious decision. Reflexes are automatic responses that happen so quickly they often occur before you're even aware of what's happening. For example, if you accidentally touch a hot stove, sensory nerves send a signal to your spinal cord, which immediately sends a command back to your muscles to pull your hand away. Only after this rapid response does your brain fully process the pain. This shortcut helps protect your body from serious injury by saving valuable time. Sleep helps turn experiences into memories. Sleep isn't simply a time when your body shuts down. It's one of the most important periods for your brain. During sleep, especially during the deeper stages, your brain strengthens and organizes the information you've learned throughout the day. Scientists call this process memory consolidation. Important memories become more stable, while unnecessary information is filtered out. Sleep also gives your brain time to restore energy, repair cells, and remove waste products that build up while you're awake. That's one reason why getting enough quality sleep can improve learning, concentration, and problem solving. REM sleep is when dreams come alive. One of the most fascinating stages of sleep is REM sleep, short for rapid eye movement. During this stage, your brain becomes almost as active as it is when you're awake, even though most of your muscles are temporarily relaxed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. This is the stage where the most vivid and detailed dreams usually occur. REM sleep is also believed to play an important role in emotional processing, creativity, and memory. Throughout a typical night, your body cycles through REM sleep several times, with each period becoming longer toward the morning. Neurons speak their own language. Your brain contains around 86 billion neurons, and these specialized cells communicate using a combination of electrical and chemical signals. Inside each neuron, tiny electrical impulses travel along long extensions called axons. When the signal reaches the end of the neuron, it triggers the release of chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters. These chemicals cross tiny gaps called synapses and pass the message to the next neuron. This incredibly fast communication network allows you to think, speak, move, remember, and react to your surroundings in just milliseconds. The cerebellum keeps your movements smooth. Located at the back of your brain is a structure called the cerebellum, often referred to as the little brain. Although it accounts for only about 10% of the brain's volume, it contains more than half of all the brain's neurons. Its main job is to coordinate movement, maintain balance, and control posture. Every time you walk, catch a ball, ride a bicycle, or even stand upright without falling over, your cerebellum is constantly making tiny adjustments to keep your movements smooth, accurate, and well-coordinated. Your frontal lobe helps you make decisions. The frontal lobe, located at the front of your brain just behind your forehead, is responsible for many of the abilities that make humans unique. It's involved in decision-making, planning, problem-solving, self-control, personality, and emotional regulation. Whenever you weigh the pros and cons of a decision, resist an impulse, or plan for the future, your frontal lobe is hard at work. Damage to this area can significantly affect a person's behavior, judgment, and ability to make sound decisions, even if their memory and intelligence remain largely unchanged. A stroke is a medical emergency. A stroke occurs when blood flow to part of the brain is suddenly interrupted, preventing brain cells from receiving the oxygen and nutrients they need. This can happen because a blood vessel becomes blocked by a clot, known as an ischemic stroke, or because a blood vessel bursts, causing bleeding in the brain, known as a hemorrhagic stroke. Since brain cells begin to die within minutes without oxygen, a stroke is always a medical emergency. Common warning signs include sudden weakness on one side of the body, difficulty speaking, vision changes, severe dizziness, or a sudden, intense headache. Every minute matters during a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, time is one of the most important factors affecting their recovery. The faster blood flow can be restored or bleeding controlled, the greater the chance of saving brain tissue and reducing long-term disability. Some treatments for certain types of stroke are most effective if given within just a few hours after symptoms begin. That's why it's so important to recognize the warning signs quickly and call emergency medical services immediately. Acting fast can make the difference between a full recovery, permanent disability, or even death. The phrase "time is brain" is often used because millions of brain cells can be lost every minute that a stroke goes untreated. Oxygen enters your bloodstream in the alveoli. Every breath you take delivers oxygen to tiny air sacs in your lungs called alveoli. There are hundreds of millions of these microscopic sacs, each surrounded by an intricate network of tiny blood vessels known as capillaries. The walls of the alveoli are incredibly thin, allowing oxygen to pass directly into your bloodstream while carbon dioxide moves in the opposite direction. If all of your alveoli were spread out flat, they would cover an area of roughly 70 square meters, about the size of a tennis court. This enormous surface area allows your lungs to supply your body with the oxygen it needs every second of every day. Your body gets rid of carbon dioxide every time you exhale. Breathing isn't just about taking in oxygen. It's also how your body removes carbon dioxide, a waste product produced by every living cell. As your cells generate energy, they release carbon dioxide into the bloodstream. This blood carries the gas back to your lungs, where it moves into the alveoli and is expelled when you breathe out. If carbon dioxide builds up in the body, it can upset the balance of your blood chemistry and interfere with normal organ function. Every breath you exhale helps maintain this delicate balance, keeping your body's internal environment stable. The diaphragm is the main muscle that helps you breathe. Although you may think your lungs do all the work, they actually rely on a powerful muscle called the diaphragm. This large, dome-shaped muscle sits just below your lungs and separates your chest from your abdomen. When the diaphragm contracts, it flattens and increases the space inside your chest, creating negative pressure that pulls air into your lungs. When it relaxes, your lungs naturally shrink back to their normal size, pushing air back out. Most of the breaths you take each day, often more than 20,000, are driven by this single muscle without you ever having to think about it. Smoking causes serious damage to the lungs. Your lungs are designed to exchange oxygen efficiently, but smoking can severely damage this delicate system. Cigarette smoke contains thousands of chemicals, many of which are toxic and dozens of which are known to cause cancer. Over time, smoking damages the tiny air sacs, irritates the airways, and destroys the microscopic hairs called cilia that normally help clear mucus and harmful particles from the lungs. This damage increases the risk of chronic bronchitis, emphysema, lung cancer, heart disease, and many other serious health conditions. The good news is that quitting smoking at any age allows the body to begin repairing some of this damage almost immediately. Asthma makes it harder to move air through the lungs. Asthma is a chronic condition in which the airways become inflamed and overly sensitive to certain triggers, such as pollen, dust, cold air, exercise, or respiratory infections. During an asthma attack, the muscles surrounding the airways tighten, the lining becomes swollen, and extra mucus is produced. Together, these changes narrow the airways, making it difficult for air to move in and out of the lungs. People with asthma often experience coughing, wheezing, chest tightness, and shortness of breath. Although asthma cannot currently be cured, it can usually be managed effectively with medication and by avoiding known triggers. Pneumonia is an infection that affects the lungs. Pneumonia is an infection that causes inflammation in the lungs, usually affecting the tiny alveoli where oxygen exchange takes place. The infection can be caused by bacteria, viruses, or fungi, and it often causes the air sacs to fill with fluid or pus. This makes it much harder for oxygen to reach the bloodstream, leading to symptoms such as fever, coughing, chest pain, difficulty breathing, and fatigue. While many healthy people recover with proper treatment, pneumonia can become life-threatening for infants, older adults, and people with weakened immune systems or chronic medical conditions. Influenza mainly attacks the respiratory system. Influenza, commonly known as the flu, is a viral infection that primarily affects the respiratory tract, including the nose, throat, and lungs. Unlike the common cold, the flu often develops suddenly and can cause high fever, chills, muscle aches, headaches, fatigue, sore throat, and a persistent cough. Most healthy people recover within a week or two, but influenza can sometimes lead to serious complications such as pneumonia, especially in older adults, young children, pregnant women, and people with certain medical conditions. Annual flu vaccination is one of the most effective ways to reduce the risk of severe illness. Deep breathing helps keep your lungs healthy. Taking slow, deep breaths does more than simply help you relax. It also helps your lungs function more effectively. Deep breathing allows more air to reach the lower parts of the lungs, helping to fully expand the alveoli and improve oxygen exchange. This can reduce the risk of small air sacs collapsing, a condition known as atelectasis, especially after surgery or long periods of bed rest. Deep breathing exercises are often recommended by healthcare professionals to improve lung function, reduce stress, and support recovery after illness or injury. Your nose does much more than help you smell. Your nose is the first part of the respiratory system, and it does much more than detect smells. As air enters your nostrils, tiny hairs and sticky mucus trap dust, pollen, bacteria, and other particles before they can reach your lungs. At the same time, the rich blood supply inside your nose warms cold air, while moisture from the nasal lining adds humidity. By the time the air reaches your lungs, it has been filtered, warmed, and humidified, helping protect the delicate tissues of the lower respiratory tract and making breathing more comfortable. COPD makes breathing progressively more difficult. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, is a long-term lung disease that gradually makes it harder to breathe. It usually develops after years of damage to the lungs, most commonly from cigarette smoking, although long-term exposure to air pollution or harmful workplace dust and chemicals can also contribute. COPD often includes two conditions: chronic bronchitis, which causes inflammation and excess mucus in the airways, and emphysema, which damages the alveoli and reduces the lung's ability to exchange oxygen. People with COPD may experience a persistent cough, wheezing, and increasing shortness of breath. Although the damage cannot be completely reversed, quitting smoking and receiving appropriate treatment can slow the progression of the disease and improve quality of life. Digestion begins before food reaches your stomach. Many people think digestion starts in the stomach, but it actually begins the moment food enters your mouth. As you chew, your teeth break food into smaller pieces, making it easier to swallow and increasing its surface area for digestion. At the same time, your tongue constantly moves the food around your mouth, mixing it with saliva to form a soft mass called a bolus. Once swallowed, muscles in your esophagus push the food toward your stomach through rhythmic contractions called peristalsis. By the time food reaches your stomach, the digestive process is already well underway. Saliva starts breaking down your food. Your mouth produces around 1 to 2 liters of saliva every day, and it's much more important than simply keeping your mouth moist. Saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase, which begins breaking down starches into smaller sugar molecules before food even reaches your stomach. It also lubricates food, making it easier and safer to swallow while helping protect your teeth and gums by washing away bacteria and neutralizing acids. Without saliva, eating, speaking, and even tasting food would become much more difficult. Your stomach produces powerful hydrochloric acid. Your stomach is one of the most acidic environments in your body. It produces hydrochloric acid, creating a pH that can be as low as 1.5, making it strong enough to dissolve many harmful bacteria and help break down food. This acidic environment also activates an enzyme called pepsin, which begins digesting proteins into smaller pieces. Despite the strength of this acid, your stomach usually protects itself with a thick layer of mucus that prevents the acid from damaging its own lining. When this protective barrier is weakened, stomach ulcers can develop. The liver produces bile to help digest fat. The liver is the largest internal organ, and one of its many important jobs is producing bile. Unlike digestive enzymes that chemically break down food, bile works by breaking large fat droplets into much smaller ones through a process called emulsification. This greatly increases the surface area of fats, making them easier for digestive enzymes to work on. Without bile, your body would struggle to absorb fats as well as fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are essential for healthy vision, bones, immunity, and blood clotting. Your gallbladder stores bile until it's needed. Although the liver constantly produces bile, it doesn't always need to be released immediately. That's where the gallbladder comes in. This small, pear-shaped organ sits just beneath the liver and stores and concentrates bile between meals. When you eat foods containing fat, hormones signal the gallbladder to contract, releasing bile into the small intestine where it can help digest the meal. In some people, hardened deposits called gallstones can form inside the gallbladder, sometimes causing pain or blocking the flow of bile. The pancreas has two very important jobs. The pancreas is one of the most versatile organs in your body because it plays a major role in both digestion and blood sugar regulation. It produces powerful digestive enzymes that are released into the small intestine, where they break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates into nutrients your body can absorb. At the same time, the pancreas releases the hormones insulin and glucagon directly into the bloodstream to help keep blood sugar levels within a healthy range. Problems with the pancreas can interfere with digestion, metabolism, or both. Most nutrients are absorbed in the small intestine. Although food spends time in the stomach, most nutrient absorption actually takes place in the small intestine. This remarkable organ stretches for about 6 meters or 20 feet, and its inner surface is covered with millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi, which are themselves covered in even smaller structures called microvilli. Together, they create an enormous surface area that allows vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and water to be absorbed efficiently into the bloodstream. It's here that your body collects the nutrients needed to produce energy, repair tissues, and support every organ. Fiber keeps your digestive system moving. Unlike many other nutrients, dietary fiber isn't fully digested by your body. Instead, it passes through your digestive system while performing several important functions. Soluble fiber absorbs water and forms a gel-like substance that can help lower cholesterol levels and slow the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. Insoluble fiber adds bulk to stool and helps food move more easily through the intestines, reducing the risk of constipation. Eating plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and nuts provides the fiber needed to support healthy digestion and bowel function. Trillions of bacteria live inside your gut. Your digestive system is home to trillions of microorganisms, collectively known as the gut microbiome. While the word bacteria often sounds negative, many of these microbes are actually beneficial. They help digest certain types of fiber that your body can't break down on its own, producing substances that nourish the cells lining your intestines. They also help produce vitamins such as vitamin K and some B vitamins, support your immune system, and may even influence your mood and mental health through the complex communication system known as the gut-brain axis. Scientists continue to discover just how important these microscopic partners are to overall health. Not drinking enough water can lead to constipation. Water plays an essential role in healthy digestion, and dehydration is one of the common causes of constipation. As food moves into the large intestine, water is absorbed back into the body. If you're dehydrated, the large intestine absorbs even more water than usual, leaving the stool hard, dry, and difficult to pass. Drinking enough fluids helps keep stool softer and easier to move through the digestive tract. Combined with a diet rich in fiber and regular physical activity, staying well hydrated is one of the simplest ways to support healthy bowel movements and prevent constipation. Vaccines teach your immune system before you get sick. One of the greatest advances in modern medicine is the development of vaccines. Instead of causing the disease itself, vaccines safely expose your immune system to a weakened, inactive, or carefully selected part of a pathogen, such as a virus or bacterium. This allows your body to recognize the threat and produce protective immune cells and antibodies without experiencing the full illness. If you're exposed to the real pathogen later, your immune system can respond much faster, often preventing serious disease altogether. This process is known as immunological memory, and it's one of the reasons vaccines have dramatically reduced illnesses like polio, measles, and smallpox. A fever is often a sign your immune system is working. Although fevers can make you feel miserable, they're actually one of your body's natural defense mechanisms. When your immune system detects an infection, it releases chemical signals that tell your brain to raise your body's temperature. Many bacteria and viruses don't reproduce as efficiently at higher temperatures, while certain immune cells become more active. A mild to moderate fever is often a normal response that helps your body fight infection. However, very high fevers or fevers that persist for several days should always be evaluated by a healthcare professional, especially in young children, older adults, or people with weakened immune systems. Antibodies are your body's precision defense system. Your immune system doesn't fight every germ in the same way. Instead, it creates specialized proteins called antibodies. each designed to recognize a specific foreign substance known as an antigen. Once an antibody attaches to its target, it can block the pathogen from infecting cells or mark it so other immune cells can destroy it. After recovering from certain infections or after vaccination, your body often keeps memory cells that can rapidly produce the same antibodies again if the same pathogen returns. This is why people often develop long-lasting immunity to some diseases. Your spleen is constantly filtering your blood. Hidden beneath your rib cage on the left side of your body is the spleen, an organ many people rarely think about. One of its main jobs is to continuously filter your blood, removing old or damaged red blood cells and helping recycle valuable components like iron. At the same time, the spleen stores white blood cells and platelets while helping detect bacteria, viruses, and other harmful organisms circulating in the bloodstream. When an infection occurs, the spleen becomes an important center for activating the immune response, making it a key player in protecting your body from disease. Lymph nodes act like security checkpoints. Scattered throughout your body are hundreds of lymph nodes, small bean-shaped structures that act like security checkpoints for your immune system. They filter a clear fluid called lymph, which carries immune cells and collects waste products from tissues throughout the body. As lymph passes through these nodes, harmful bacteria, viruses, and other foreign particles can become trapped. White blood cells inside the nodes then identify and attack these invaders before they spread further. During an infection, lymph nodes often become swollen because they're producing and storing extra immune cells to help fight the illness. Hand washing is one of the simplest ways to prevent disease. Something as simple as washing your hands can significantly reduce the spread of infectious diseases. Throughout the day, your hands come into contact with countless surfaces that may carry viruses, bacteria, and other germs. Without realizing it, you may then touch your eyes, nose, or mouth, allowing these microorganisms to enter your body. Washing your hands thoroughly with soap and water for at least 20 seconds helps remove many of these germs before they have the chance to cause illness. It's one of the most effective and affordable public health measures ever discovered. Viruses can't reproduce on their own. Unlike living cells, viruses are unable to reproduce by themselves. Instead, they must invade the cells of a living host and hijack that cell's machinery to make copies of themselves. Once inside, the virus forces the infected cell to produce new viruses, which are then released to infect additional cells. This dependence on host cells is one of the key differences between viruses and bacteria. Because viruses spend much of their life cycle inside our own cells, they can be more difficult to treat without also harming healthy tissue. Bacteria can live and reproduce independently. Unlike viruses, bacteria are living single-celled organisms capable of surviving and reproducing on their own. Under the right conditions, many bacteria can divide into two identical cells through a process called binary fission, allowing their populations to grow rapidly. While some bacteria cause diseases such as strep throat or tuberculosis, many others are harmless or even beneficial. In fact, trillions of helpful bacteria live on your skin and inside your digestive system, where they assist with digestion, produce certain vitamins, and help prevent harmful microbes from taking over. Antibiotics don't work against viruses. Antibiotics are powerful medicines designed to kill bacteria or stop them from growing, but they do not work against viruses. That's because bacteria and viruses are fundamentally different. Antibiotics target structures and processes that bacteria need to survive, but viruses don't have those same features. Taking antibiotics for viral illnesses such as the common cold or influenza won't help you recover faster and can contribute to antibiotic resistance, making bacterial infections harder to treat in the future. This is why healthcare providers only prescribe antibiotics when they're likely to be effective. A healthy diet helps your immune system perform at its best. Your immune system depends on a steady supply of nutrients to function properly. Vitamins such as A, C, D, and E, along with minerals like zinc and selenium, all play important roles in supporting immune cells and helping the body respond to infections. Protein is also essential because it's needed to build antibodies and many of the cells involved in immunity. Eating a balanced diet that includes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats helps provide these nutrients. While no single food can prevent illness, good nutrition gives your immune system the resources it needs to respond effectively when your body encounters harmful pathogens. Insulin helps keep blood sugar under control. Every time you eat carbohydrates, your digestive system breaks them down into glucose, a simple sugar that enters your bloodstream and provides energy for your body cells. To keep blood sugar from rising too high, the pancreas releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin acts like a key, allowing glucose to move from the bloodstream into cells where it can be used for energy or stored for later use. Without enough insulin, or if the body doesn't respond to it properly, glucose remains in the blood, which can eventually damage blood vessels, nerves, and organs. Your thyroid controls how fast your body works. Located at the front of your neck is a small, butterfly-shaped gland called the thyroid, but despite its size, it has a huge influence on your body. The thyroid produces hormones that regulate your metabolism, which is the process by which your body converts food into energy. These hormones affect nearly every cell, helping control heart rate, body temperature, energy levels, digestion, and even how quickly your body burns calories. If the thyroid produces too much hormone, many body functions speed up. If it produces too little, they slow down, often causing fatigue, weight changes, and sensitivity to cold. Your adrenal glands prepare you for emergencies. Sitting on top of each kidney are two small organs called the adrenal glands. These glands produce several important hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol, which help your body respond to stress. During sudden danger or excitement, adrenaline is released within seconds, increasing your heart rate, raising blood pressure, opening your airways, and directing more blood to your muscles. This rapid response is commonly known as the fight-or-flight response, preparing your body to react quickly to potentially dangerous situations. Hormones are the body's chemical messengers. Your endocrine system is made up of glands that produce hormones, which act as chemical messengers throughout the body. Once released, hormones travel through the bloodstream until they reach specific target cells equipped with the right receptors. These signals help regulate countless body functions, including growth, metabolism, reproduction, mood, sleep, and digestion. Unlike nerve signals, which travel almost instantly, hormones often produce slower but longer-lasting effects. Every day, dozens of different hormones work together to keep your body's internal systems balanced and functioning properly. Diabetes affects how your body uses glucose. Diabetes mellitus is a condition that affects the body's ability to regulate blood glucose, also known as blood sugar. In type 1 diabetes, the immune system mistakenly attacks the insulin-producing cells of the pancreas, leaving the body unable to produce enough insulin. In type 2 diabetes, which is much more common, the body still produces insulin but becomes resistant to its effects. Without proper treatment, high blood sugar can gradually damage the eyes, kidneys, nerves, heart, and blood vessels. Fortunately, many people with diabetes can successfully manage the condition through medication, healthy eating, regular exercise, and careful monitoring of blood sugar levels. Growth hormone helps build and repair the body. One of the most important hormones during childhood is growth hormone, which is produced by the pituitary gland, a small gland located at the base of the brain. As children grow, this hormone stimulates the development of bones, muscles, and other tissues, helping them reach their normal adult height. But growth hormone doesn't stop working after childhood. Throughout adulthood, it continues to support muscle maintenance, bone strength, tissue repair, and normal metabolism. The body carefully regulates how much growth hormone is produced because both too little and too much can lead to health problems. Melatonin helps control your body clock. As daylight fades in the evening, your brain begins producing a hormone called melatonin, often referred to as the sleep hormone. Melatonin doesn't force you to fall asleep, but it signals to your body that it's time to prepare for rest. Levels naturally rise at night and decrease again in the morning as you're exposed to sunlight. This daily cycle helps regulate your circadian rhythm, or internal body clock, which influences sleep, hormone release, body temperature, and many other biological processes. Exposure to bright light, especially from electronic screens late at night, can reduce melatonin production and make it harder to fall asleep. Cortisol helps your body handle stress. Another hormone produced by the adrenal glands is cortisol, sometimes called the stress hormone. Although it's often associated with stress, cortisol is actually essential for everyday life. It helps regulate blood sugar, blood pressure, metabolism, and the immune system while also helping your body respond to physical or emotional challenges. During stressful situations, cortisol ensures that enough energy is available for your muscles and brain. However, if cortisol levels remain elevated for long periods due to chronic stress, it can contribute to problems such as high blood pressure, weight gain, sleep disturbances, and a weakened immune system. Estrogen and testosterone affect much more than reproduction. The hormones estrogen and testosterone are often thought of simply as reproductive hormones, but their effects extend throughout the entire body. Estrogen helps regulate the menstrual cycle, supports bone strength, influences heart and blood vessel health, and plays important roles in brain function. Testosterone contributes to muscle growth, bone density, red blood cell production, and sex drive in both men and women, although it's present in different amounts. Both hormones influence mood, energy levels, and overall health, making them important far beyond reproduction alone. Hormones naturally change throughout your life. Your hormone levels are not constant. They change throughout every stage of life. During childhood, hormones guide growth and development. At puberty, dramatic hormonal changes trigger physical and emotional maturation. Throughout adulthood, hormone levels continue to fluctuate in response to factors such as sleep, stress, diet, pregnancy, aging, and illness. Later in life, natural changes such as menopause in women and the gradual decline of testosterone in men can affect energy, metabolism, bone health, and mood. These changes are a normal part of human development, although in some cases hormone imbalances may require medical evaluation and treatment. Your muscles move your body through tendons. Every movement you make, from blinking your eyes to running a marathon, depends on skeletal muscles working together with your bones. These muscles are attached to bones by incredibly strong bands of connective tissue called tendons. When a muscle contracts, it pulls on the tendon, which then pulls on the bone, creating movement at the joint. The human body contains more than 600 skeletal muscles, all working in carefully coordinated groups to allow you to walk, lift objects, maintain posture, and perform even the smallest, most precise movements. Without tendons, your muscles would have no way to transfer their strength to your skeleton. Ligaments hold your skeleton together. While tendons connect muscles to bones, ligaments connect bone to bone, helping stabilize your joints. These tough but slightly flexible bands of connective tissue prevent bones from moving too far in the wrong direction while still allowing the normal range of motion needed for everyday activities. Every major joint in your body, including the knees, ankles, shoulders, and elbows, relies on ligaments for stability. When a ligament is stretched or torn, it's called a sprain, which can cause pain, swelling, and reduced movement. Some severe ligament injuries may even require surgery to restore normal joint function. Cartilage helps your joints move smoothly. The ends of your bones aren't designed to rub directly against each other. Instead, they're covered by a smooth, flexible tissue called cartilage. Cartilage acts as a cushion, reducing friction and absorbing shock whenever you walk, run, jump, or lift heavy objects. Because it's so smooth, healthy cartilage allows your joints to move almost effortlessly. However, unlike many other tissues in the body, cartilage has a very limited blood supply, which means it heals much more slowly after injury. As cartilage gradually wears down with age or disease, conditions such as osteoarthritis can develop, making movement painful and more difficult. Your bones are constantly rebuilding themselves. Although bones may seem like lifeless structures, they're actually living tissue that's constantly changing. Throughout your life, your skeleton goes through a process called bone remodeling, where old or damaged bone is broken down by specialized cells called osteoclasts, while new bone is built by cells called osteoblasts. This continuous process helps repair tiny cracks caused by everyday activities and keeps your bones strong enough to support your body. In fact, much of your skeleton is gradually renewed over the course of about 10 years, making bone one of the most dynamic tissues in the human body. Exercise doesn't just build muscles, it builds bones. When you exercise, especially through weight-bearing activities like walking, running, hiking, dancing, or lifting weights, your bones experience small amounts of healthy stress. In response, your body strengthens the bones by adding more mineral content, making them denser and more resistant to fractures. This process is especially important during childhood and adolescence, when peak bone mass is developing, but it continues throughout adulthood as well. Regular weight-bearing exercise is one of the most effective natural ways to reduce the risk of osteoporosis and maintain strong, healthy bones as you age. Calcium is essential for strong bones. When people think about healthy bones, calcium is usually the first nutrient that comes to mind, and for good reason. Around 99% of the calcium in your body is stored in your bones and teeth, where it provides strength and structure. The remaining calcium circulates in your blood and is essential for many other functions, including muscle contraction, nerve signaling, and normal blood clotting. If your diet doesn't provide enough calcium, your body will begin taking it from your bones to keep these vital processes working, gradually weakening the skeleton over time. Vitamin D helps your body use calcium. Getting enough calcium is only part of the equation. Your body also needs vitamin D to absorb that calcium efficiently from the digestive system. Without sufficient vitamin D, much of the calcium you eat simply passes through your body without being fully absorbed. Vitamin D is produced naturally in your skin when it's exposed to sunlight, and it's also found in foods such as fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products. Maintaining healthy vitamin D levels helps support strong bones, healthy muscles, and normal immune function throughout life. Osteoporosis makes bones more fragile. Osteoporosis is a condition that causes bones to become weaker, less dense, and more likely to break. Because bone loss usually happens gradually over many years, many people don't realize they have osteoporosis until they experience a fracture, often after a minor fall or even a simple movement. The condition becomes more common with age, especially after menopause in women, although men can also develop it. Factors such as poor nutrition, lack of exercise, smoking, certain medications, and family history can all increase the risk. Fortunately, healthy lifestyle habits and appropriate medical treatment can help slow bone loss and reduce the chance of fractures. Muscles become weaker when they're not used. Your muscles follow a simple biological principle: use them or lose them. When muscles aren't used regularly, they begin to shrink through a process called muscle atrophy. Even a few weeks of inactivity due to illness, injury, or prolonged bed rest can lead to noticeable losses in muscle strength and endurance. As people grow older, muscle mass naturally declines, making regular physical activity even more important. Strength training and everyday movement help preserve muscle size, improve balance, reduce the risk of falls, and maintain independence later in life. Stretching helps keep your body flexible. Flexibility is an important part of overall fitness, and stretching is one of the simplest ways to maintain it. Regular stretching helps improve the range of motion in your joints by keeping muscles, tendons, and other soft tissues more flexible. Better flexibility can make everyday movements feel easier, improve posture, and reduce stiffness, especially after long periods of sitting or physical activity. While stretching alone doesn't completely prevent injuries, incorporating it into a balanced exercise routine can improve overall mobility and help your body move more comfortably throughout daily life. Water is essential for almost everything your body does. Water is the most important nutrient your body needs, making up about 60% of an adult's body weight. Nearly every cell, tissue, and organ depends on it to function properly. Water helps regulate body temperature through sweating, transports nutrients and oxygen in the bloodstream, cushions your joints, protects organs, aids digestion, and removes waste through urine and sweat. Because your body loses water every day through breathing, sweating, and normal bodily functions, it must be replaced regularly. Even mild dehydration can lead to headaches, fatigue, reduced concentration, and decreased physical performance. Protein provides the building blocks for your body. Protein is much more than just a nutrient for building muscle. When you eat protein-rich foods, your digestive system breaks them down into smaller molecules called amino acids, often referred to as the building blocks of life. These amino acids are used to repair damaged tissues, build new muscles, produce enzymes and hormones, support the immune system, and maintain healthy skin, hair, and nails. Because your body can't make all of the amino acids it needs, some must come directly from your diet through foods such as meat, fish, eggs, dairy products, beans, and nuts. Carbohydrates are your body's main source of energy. Carbohydrates are the body's preferred source of energy. During digestion, they are broken down into glucose, a simple sugar that travels through the bloodstream and fuels your cells. The brain, in particular, depends heavily on glucose to function efficiently. Any glucose that isn't immediately needed can be stored in the liver and muscles as glycogen, providing a quick energy reserve for physical activity. While carbohydrates sometimes get a bad reputation, complex carbohydrates found in foods like whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes provide fiber, vitamins, and long-lasting energy that support overall health. Healthy fats play a vital role in your body. Not all fats are unhealthy. In fact, healthy fats are essential for many important functions throughout the body. They help build cell membranes, support brain development and function, protect organs, provide long-lasting energy, and are necessary for producing hormones such as estrogen and testosterone. Healthy fats also help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. Good sources include avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and oily fish like salmon. While healthy fats are important, they should still be consumed in balanced amounts as part of a nutritious diet. Vitamin C helps hold your body together. Vitamin C is best known for supporting the immune system, but one of its most important roles is helping your body produce collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body and provides strength and structure to your skin, bones, tendons, ligaments, blood vessels, and many other tissues. Without enough vitamin C, collagen production decreases, making it harder for wounds to heal properly and weakening connective tissues. Severe vitamin C deficiency can lead to a disease called scurvy, which was once common among sailors who spent months at sea without access to fresh fruits and vegetables. Iron helps your blood carry oxygen. Iron is an essential mineral because it's a key component of hemoglobin, the protein inside red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body. Every time you breathe, oxygen binds to the iron-containing hemoglobin in your lungs before being transported to your organs and muscles. Without enough iron, your body can't produce healthy red blood cells efficiently, leading to iron deficiency anemia. Common symptoms include fatigue, weakness, shortness of breath, dizziness, and difficulty concentrating because your tissues aren't receiving enough oxygen. Vitamin B12 supports your nerves and blood cells. Vitamin B12 plays a crucial role in keeping both your nervous system and your blood healthy. It helps your body produce normal red blood cells and is essential for maintaining the protective covering, called the myelin sheath, that surrounds many nerve fibers. This insulation allows nerve signals to travel quickly and efficiently throughout the body. A deficiency in vitamin B12 can lead to anemia, numbness or tingling in the hands and feet, balance problems, memory difficulties, and fatigue. Because vitamin B12 is found mainly in animal-based foods, people following strict vegan diets often need fortified foods or supplements. Too much sodium can raise blood pressure. Sodium is an important mineral that helps regulate fluid balance, nerve function, and muscle contractions. However, consuming too much sodium, often from highly processed foods, can cause the body to retain extra water. This increases the amount of fluid in your bloodstream, placing additional pressure on your blood vessels and making the heart work harder. Over time, persistently high sodium intake can contribute to high blood pressure, which increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and kidney problems. Reducing processed foods and choosing fresh ingredients can help lower sodium intake. Fruits and vegetables are packed with essential nutrients. Fruits and vegetables are among the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. They provide a wide variety of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and dietary fiber, all of which help keep your body functioning properly. Fiber supports healthy digestion, vitamins help regulate countless biological processes, and antioxidants help protect cells from damage caused by unstable molecules known as free radicals. Eating a colorful variety of fruits and vegetables ensures you receive a broad range of nutrients, and studies consistently show that diets rich in plant foods are associated with a lower risk of many chronic diseases. Severe dehydration can become a medical emergency. While mild dehydration may simply leave you feeling thirsty or tired, severe dehydration can quickly become life-threatening if it's not treated. As the body loses too much water, blood volume decreases, making it harder for the heart to pump blood efficiently. This can reduce oxygen delivery to vital organs and disrupt the balance of important electrolytes such as sodium and potassium, which are necessary for normal muscle and nerve function. Symptoms of severe dehydration may include extreme thirst, confusion, dizziness, rapid heartbeat, very little urine production, and even loss of consciousness. Prompt medical treatment is often needed to restore fluids and prevent serious complications. Vaccination has saved millions of lives. One of the greatest achievements in public health has been the development of vaccines. Before vaccines were widely available, infectious diseases such as smallpox, polio, measles, and diphtheria caused millions of deaths and lifelong disabilities around the world. Vaccines work by training the immune system to recognize harmful pathogens before they cause serious illness, allowing the body to respond much more quickly if it's exposed in the future. Thanks to widespread vaccination programs, smallpox has been completely eradicated, polio has become extremely rare in most parts of the world, and many childhood diseases are now far less common than they once were. Measles is one of the most contagious diseases. Measles is considered one of the most contagious infectious diseases known. It's caused by a virus that spreads through tiny droplets released into the air when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or even breathes. Remarkably, the virus can remain in the air or on surfaces for up to 2 hours, making it very easy to spread in enclosed spaces. Early symptoms include fever, cough, a runny nose, and red eyes, followed by the characteristic red rash. While many people recover, measles can sometimes lead to serious complications such as pneumonia, brain inflammation, or even death, particularly in young children and people with weakened immune systems. Tuberculosis mainly attacks the lungs. Tuberculosis, often called TB, is a bacterial infection caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It most commonly affects the lungs, although it can also spread to other parts of the body such as the brain, kidneys, or spine. TB spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes, but unlike the common cold, prolonged close contact is usually required for transmission. Symptoms may include a persistent cough lasting several weeks, chest pain, weight loss, fever, night sweats, and fatigue. Today, tuberculosis can often be cured with a carefully managed course of antibiotics, although treatment typically lasts several months. HIV weakens the immune system. Human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, is a virus that specifically attacks certain white blood cells known as CD4 T cells, which play a critical role in coordinating the body's immune response. As these cells are gradually destroyed, the immune system becomes less able to fight infections and certain cancers. Without treatment, HIV can eventually progress to AIDS, a condition in which the immune system becomes severely weakened. Thanks to modern antiviral medications, however, many people living with HIV can maintain healthy immune function, live long lives, and greatly reduce the risk of transmitting the virus to others. Mosquitoes can spread dangerous diseases. Although mosquitoes are tiny insects, they are responsible for transmitting some of the world's most serious infectious diseases. When an infected mosquito bites a person, it can pass along parasites or viruses that cause illnesses such as malaria, dengue fever, Zika virus, and yellow fever. Malaria alone affects hundreds of millions of people each year in tropical and subtropical regions. Public health measures such as insecticide-treated bed nets, mosquito control programs, eliminating standing water where mosquitoes breed, and appropriate vaccines or medications in some situations have helped reduce the spread of many mosquito-borne diseases. Regular exercise protects more than just your muscles. Being physically active isn't only about staying fit. It has profound effects on your overall health. Regular exercise strengthens the heart, improves lung function, helps maintain healthy blood pressure, supports the immune system, and improves blood sugar control. It also reduces the risk of many chronic diseases, including heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, and certain types of cancer. In addition to physical benefits, regular activity can improve mood, reduce stress, enhance sleep quality, and support brain health. Even moderate activities such as brisk walking for about 150 minutes each week can provide significant health benefits. Smoking increases the risk of many different cancers. Most people associate smoking with lung cancer, but tobacco smoke increases the risk of many other cancers as well. Cigarette smoke contains thousands of chemicals, including dozens that are known to damage DNA and promote the growth of cancer cells. In addition to lung cancer, smoking significantly increases the risk of cancers affecting the mouth, throat, esophagus, pancreas, bladder, kidneys, liver, stomach, cervix, and colon, among others. The good news is that quitting smoking begins to reduce these risks almost immediately, and the health benefits continue to increase the longer someone remains smoke-free. Too much alcohol can damage the liver. The liver is responsible for breaking down alcohol, but excessive alcohol consumption over many years can overwhelm this remarkable organ. Initially, fat may begin accumulating inside liver cells, leading to a condition known as fatty liver disease. Continued heavy drinking can trigger inflammation, called alcoholic hepatitis, and eventually lead to cirrhosis, where healthy liver tissue is replaced by scar tissue. As cirrhosis progresses, the liver becomes less able to perform its hundreds of vital functions, including filtering toxins, producing proteins, and processing nutrients. Limiting alcohol intake can greatly reduce the risk of long-term liver damage. Detecting cancer early can save lives. Many types of cancer are much easier to treat when they're found early, before they've had a chance to spread. That's why appropriate screening programs are such an important part of preventive healthcare. Depending on a person's age, sex, family history, and other risk factors, doctors may recommend screening tests such as mammograms for breast cancer, colonoscopies for colorectal cancer, cervical screening for cervical cancer, or low-dose CT scans for certain people at high risk of lung cancer. Screening doesn't prevent cancer from developing, but it can detect abnormalities before symptoms appear, often leading to earlier treatment and better outcomes. Healthy habits have a powerful impact on long-term health. While no single habit can guarantee perfect health, research consistently shows that a combination of healthy lifestyle choices can greatly improve both the quality and length of life. Eating a balanced diet, staying physically active, getting enough sleep, avoiding tobacco, limiting alcohol, managing stress, maintaining a healthy weight, and attending routine medical checkups all work together to reduce the risk of many chronic diseases. These habits support healthy heart function, strengthen bones and muscles, improve immune function, protect the brain, and lower the risk of conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and certain cancers. Small healthy choices made consistently over many years can have a remarkable impact on overall health and well-being.